grade again.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay. Okay. And it's recording, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And Sharia in now. Hi, I'm Sharia Mattis.
Wait, let's do that again. I didn't do it.
Oh, my bad.
Sure.
Okay, what's the... Hi. That was great. Okay, I'm Sharia Mattis.
I'm Aria Young.
And this is the Strapdown. Strapdown. Welcome to this very special episode of the Strapdown. We're gonna be talking about we're gonna be digging out some leftover drama.
We're bringing up old shit.
Yeah, we're bringing up old shit. Wait, that's a great idea for this is what it's called. This is what this segment is called, bringing up old shit.
Bringing up old shit.
Why we always bringing up old shit? Because it takes a while to edit things.
Yeah.
And I don't really be paying attention on the TikTok.
And I'm a Cancer because I stay bringing up old shit.
That's right.
I hold a grudge.
Okay, I'm a Pisces and I hold a fucking grudge.
I hold a grudge. I nurture that shit.
I'm still mad at people for shit they did to me in the 4th grade. So
right. It's on site.
It's on site when I see you. You took my snack pack.
Bitch, you smashed my Lunchable.
And I remember that shit.
And I know where you are because I've been following you on Facebook.
I'll fight you in front of your husband and your kids.
Right. So if you get randomly smacked by a black lesbian.
That's so funny. So it has come to my attention very recently. Because I don't be into it like that. That so I know Raven-Symoné and her wife.
What's her wife's name? Exactly.
Raven-Symoné's white wife. They be getting into the black millennials on TikTok. I'm very, very mad at Raven-Symoné's wife. And I think it's complicated.
Is it?
I do think it's complicated because she ain't your wife. Like, that's the real issue shit.
Right.
But let's get into why. Okay, so Raven and her wife's name is Miranda.
Oh, good for you. For
Miranda.
Because I did not know.
I think I just saw it because she was in the comments.
Oh, okay.
She was in the comments replying back to the black girls.
So Miranda was in a tizzy and was replying.
Before we get to that.
Oh, okay.
So, Raven and her wife, they are always together. They did a episode of Fanita's...
We should probably do some research.
Right. Fanita's podcast. Bottoms Up. The Bottoms Up podcast.
Shout out to all the bottoms.
Shout to all the bottoms. Bottoms up. Shout out to Fanita for having such a beautifully rendered podcast. Yeah. Great, setup and everything.
So professional.
Good for her. She's beautiful too. And so she had Raven and her wife on. And, Fanita and Raven was vibing. They were Fanita was talking about all of Raven's accomplishments. Mm-hmm. And Miranda was there for reasons. And okay, so the whole thing I've heard about this before this happened. Yeah. A lot of times this has come up because they have a podcast as well and they have a TikTok. And a lot of things have come up where Miranda has made it clear she don't know nothing about her wife's accomplishments and doesn't care to research and never watched Disney Channel and don't care about, she don't know That's So Raven, she don't know Xenon, she don't know none of that.
Which is wild.
It's so crazy.
It's so wild. It's like, I get, you had a different cultural upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I get that. I get that you may not have, watched that in real time. But you telling me you're going to, be in a relationship with someone.
Fucking SNL was making jokes about That's So Raven. Family Guy made jokes. Her name is in the title of the show.
This is Disney royalty.
It's kind of... yes, I get, that some people are black famous and there are cultural differences.
But Raven is not one of them.
But Raven is not one of those people.
I don't think... Yeah, that's a really good point. Because there is a difference. Of, there are people that are black famous.
Yes.
I feel like
It's not like she like, you don't know the Isley brothers? Like, yeah, fine. That's fine.
You don't know Loretta Devine?
Like, okay, that's crazy. But yes. No, white people do not know Loretta Devine. No, I get that. But you really didn't know any, like, and okay, and let's say she really didn't know, right? Let's say she really didn't know. Y'all have been married for 9 years.
Mm-hmm. You weren't even a little bit curious, bitch?
Right?
Like, a little bit.
Look the hoe up on IMDb. Like, it's not...
Look at it.
It's not that hard. I like that we're all having a discussion about why she doesn't know and white famous and black famous, and I think that is a discussion to have. I don't think that's what's happening.
Because my thing is, like, why do you still not know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like, even if you didn't grow up watching The Cosby Show, you didn't grow up watching That's So Raven, you didn't grow up watching the Cheetah Girls, you didn't grow up listening to Raven-Symoné's rap music.
Career, that's valid. You were right to do that.
Not all of us were privileged in that way where we got to experience that in real time. But you're telling me you never, ever were curious, you know, and decided to look them up. It was like I'm sure you probably dated somebody that had a SoundCloud.
Exactly. And you look it up and you're like, ooh, I'll never be able to come again. This is the worst.
This motherfucker's not getting me out the hood, okay?
Did you?
I'm gonna have to work forever.
Did you rhyme that with that? That's bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Or like, you know, like you didn't watch your partner's shitty web series or something when you got together.
Exactly.
Or like, oh, you were in an O'Reilly Auto Parts commercial? Like, that is something that you look up.
Exactly.
And but this is like the face of the Disney Channel?
Yes.
And you weren't even curious?
And this is another thing. Even if indeed you didn't know, and now you're in love, and you don't care about their accomplishments, because I think, honestly, Raven-Symoné really does like that her wife seems not to know any of her accomplishments or any of the things that she's done, because everyone knows her accomplishments. She's lived her entire life being famous, and here's this white lady who's never heard of her before, and so she can kind of fall in love. I understand that. I don't think it's true. But
you know what?
I don't think it's true.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like those professional athletes and like, oh yeah, my girl, she don't know nothing about sports, but the whole time she's like Googled their net worth and everything, their stats, like do you start, like whatever.
Exactly.
It's like, no, I want a girl that doesn't know anything about sports, stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like the wives are just like, oh,
I don't know. I'm just here.
I'm just here.
I love him for his heart.
He's so in shape, and that's what I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
Like, I could not care less if he wasn't making all these millions and scoring touchdowns at his basketball game.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's
I just
what it
happen
feels like.
to like, you know, no, that's what it is.
I love her for her.
Yes, she's feigning ignorance and probably has been, because that is probably what is good for their relationship. However, even if, let's give that all the benefits of the doubt, why are you so loud with your ignorance?
Yeah.
Why is it that while Fanita and Raven are having a Cheetah Girl sing-along, you're like, oh, what is this? Like, what?
Yeah.
I wish I knew what this is.
Oh my gosh, what is that? That's so cool. It's like you constantly have to remind someone that, like, oh no, I'm different from you.
Yes.
And I had a different upbringing from you.
Or that I'm not that impressed by those things. Which I just find that I think there's a fine line between being a fan. I'm sure Raven would never want to marry a fan.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a fine line between being a fan and being a hater. Or just like being like, I like, it feels like she's trying to humble her a little bit.
I think, yeah, it does.
That's what it feels to me.
Yeah.
As a person who has nothing to do with this relationship.
Like, you're not that famous because I never heard of you.
Exactly.
None of my family knows who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but why?
Right. And why do you gotta say that?
And why do you feel like you have to, like, humble her?
Well, that's
every
a whole
chance
thing.
you get.
That's a whole thing. People were saying, oh, she's like Simone Biles' husband.
Oh, like, oh, I'm the coach or something.
Yep. And also, like, I didn't even know who she was, you know?
Yeah, but I think that's the whole thing. Like,
you didn't know who Simone Biles was, you idiot. They're both playing that same game.
Yeah. And I don't know, like, are you afraid of looking like a gold digger or something? Like, why do you have to make it known that, like, I married this person and I had no idea who they were. I had no idea they were famous. I had no idea they were on the Cosby Show. You know? Like,
here's my most generous belief is that, you know how sometimes you're on Hinge and you see somebody kind of like internet famous, and you kind of match with somebody internet famous, and you're like, should I pretend to not know them? I feel like that's how they started, and they don't want to go back on the lie, because if they had been honest, they probably
may not have been together.
Yes. I think that's probably, that's my most generous belief. I hope that's what it is.
And then I guess my question too for like Raven is like, I get you don't want to marry a fan, but like, were you not even like a little bit bothered that the person that you're in a relationship with does not show any interest in the things that you've accomplished?
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not a fan, like, you don't care to see what I have contributed to
the culture?
You know what I'm saying?
This whole time? Like, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, why are you
are you so proud of your ignorance? And why not, like, you know what I mean?
Like, why is your ignorance so loud?
Why are you so loud in your ignorance? And why is it continued for 9 years? I get that you didn't watch That's a Raven growing up. I get that you never saw Xenon. I get that you never saw the Cheetah Girls. Any of the Cheetah Girls movies, it's fine. You never saw Kim Possible. Like, literally everything. Literally everything she's ever been in, she's always like, I don't even know what that is.
Dr. Doolittle.
Like, bitch, Google. Like, Google. It's technically free. They're stealing your data. But if they're gonna steal your data, like, at least use it.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder what her sign is.
She's a Virgo. The wife, you mean?
Yeah.
She's a Virgo.
And she didn't know anything.
And she didn't know anything about that's a lie. You know that's a lie.
Lying.
You know that's a lie.
I have never met a Virgo
who didn't know everything about you.
Like, immediately. I don't even know how they met. But I'm pretty sure, like, it's as if she didn't know before.
Yeah, come on.
They met.
She knew after. Sometime within the 9 years they were together.
And, like, I don't understand, because, like, I'm not dating anybody on Raven-Symoné
level. Yeah.
But I'm Googling every person that
I'm on a date, yes.
That I'm on a date with, that I'm even remotely interested in.
Yes, exactly.
I'm Googling them because I want to find out whatever information that I can. She lying.
And that's valid. You know what? Listen, I get it. If that's what you had to do to bag her, then you bag her.
If that lie works for y'all's relationship.
And also, let me just say this, because I heard that they were getting death threats, which is crazy. You're sending death threats because this bitch didn't see Xenon. Let's be real.
Like, who is that hard of a Cheetah Girl stan?
Yeah, Cheetah Girls is one of the most important cultural touchstones of our time. Like, no, that's crazy. She wasn't
even in Cheetah Girls the full time. Why are you?
Exactly.
Why are you sending death threats?
That's OD, but people on the internet are crazy. It's crazy. Having said that, first of all, why are you in the comments? Sweet baby girl, why are you in the comments? I don't even respond to my own comments. I have 35 followers. Why are you
like,
in
you
the
got
comments?
time to respond to the comments,
but you ain't got time to watch an episode of That's So Raven? Not even the Black History Month episode with the hidden camera.
Yeah.
I don't hire black people. I love that. Iconic.
That episode gave me nightmares. Just because, like, they had like the weird, like, camera angle, like that. Oh my god,
yes.
It freaked me out.
And also Raven in the bald cap.
Yeah.
That was rough for me.
It's terrifying. But, like,
come on now. Come on, Miss B. And then, okay. And here is, you know what? I'm going to pitch some content for y'all. Live watch some of your wife's things and give her some compliments. Or
roast her.
No, don't roast her.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, don't roast her. You've roasted her enough. We've done enough.
I've seen she's going to roast her.
No, don't do it. And here's why. I think a lot of people. I think what it is I think Raven's not very racially conscious, and like she said, I am from all the continents and all the. You remember that?
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Didn't she come out and say? I want to say, and we can edit this out if it's not true.
Yeah.
I think she came out and said that she regretted saying that.
Yes, she apologized for saying that,
Okay.
but that was because everybody got on her ass about saying it.
No, but I'm like, okay, once you apologize and you acknowledge it, it's like, okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. But it does reveal,
it
did happen, and it does reveal that she did not have that kind of racial consciousness at the time that she said that. And so I don't think Raven understands why it's hard for Black millennials to see their we have very few Black women, especially Black queer women, queer women, who are representative of a time in our lives. Like, we don't have that that many icons.
Yeah.
So to see this random white lady, that is supposed to be her biggest support system, kind of undercutting her accomplishments, and she's everywhere. She's in everything. Raven don't go nowhere without her wife, which I understand. But like,
don't leave her at home, please.
I understand. I get it. You got a wife, bring her. I get it.
I am. I mean, I'm saying that as someone who, like, when I'm in a relationship, we do go everywhere. But I also do feel like you gotta leave them at home sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave them at home.
Yeah, maybe that podcast wasn't the one for her to come to.
And it is hard and cringy to watch. Like you said, like someone who's supposed to be your biggest support system just acting like, okay, I don't understand. What is that?
I don't know anything.
You know what I'm saying? It's not cute.
It's not cute.
It's not.
That's what I think. I think they think it's cute.
Yeah.
I think they think we will find it cute to watch her constantly being like nudged at. We'll think it's cute. Yeah. We don't. There's a different power imbalance happening here.
It may have been cute the first time.
Yes.
Like,
I don't think it was cute the first time. I think this has been going on. This conversation has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just, this is the latest catalyst for discourse.
It's just, I don't understand both ends. I don't understand what either one of them gets out of, like, showcasing this ignorance.
You don't?
I don't get it.
They go viral every once in a while.
Oh, you mean it's kind of like rage baiting?
That's right. And well, I don't know if they've intended it to be rage bait, but they definitely intended to be bait. Okay. And I think like who is her wife? Nobody knows who this woman is. Nobody knew who this woman was. If she was just her wife, we still wouldn't know who she was. Yeah. So like it helps raise their profile because now I know her name because she's in the comments.
But now you're getting death threats. Not that that's like
it's not right.
It's not right.
But
like I don't know what reaction they wanted. But also sometimes I feel like influencers and like sometimes people are so thirsty for engagement, like they'll don't care. They'll try anything. Yeah. So I guess like yes, its intended purpose may have worked.
I don't think it's that purposeful.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that thought out. Mm-hmm. I think they are cute and it ends up being rage bait. And it ends up getting them engagement. So they keep doing it because they don't realize that it's actually very upsetting. It's not just people on the internet, like, whatever. I mean, it is a lot of people on the internet. Like, go live your own damn life. This is ridiculous. But it's also, there's a power, there's an issue here of watching. There's a visual element that I think they are not inside of. Like, they're too inside of it to see it from where we are seeing it. Yeah. There's a totemic thing of an accomplished queer Black woman and a white woman who we don't know constantly undercutting all of those accomplishments and acting like they aren't a big deal. And I think it's triggering some people in the audience that have had either a white friend or a white girlfriend or a white coworker who was like constantly needs to humble you. Yeah. I think Black girls everywhere understand that no matter where you go, somebody, particularly some white person, but somebody must humble you. There's an idea that Black girls constantly need to be humbled,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Listen, it's real.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's like, I hate to keep bringing, like, Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
they, like,
Oh,
I don't want to
yeah.
get into that, but it's like
Get
they
into it.
constantly feel like they have to humble Beyonce. Beyonce cannot be the greatest superstar.
Nope.
She cannot be the greatest
No.
performer of our time. She cannot be the greatest
She's not allowed.
vocalist. She's not allowed to have everything.
Even
She's
though-
not allowed to have album of the year.
Yep.
You know?
Even though objectively, like, she is so, like, it's, and to a point, she works so hard to a point where I do think she is a psychopath. But even that kind of, like, psychopathic drive and those accomplishments can't just be acknowledged. They have to be, oh, she's not that great. And it's like, what is, like, and it's like, we were watching it happen to Beyonce, but it's like, what about those of us who are C- Black women? Why you gotta humble me? I'm just out here trying. I'm not Beyonce. I'm just trying my best. You don't have to humble me. I'm good.
Like, why are we catching strays?
It's not catching strays. It is I think a universal Black girl experience to enter a space and everybody is like, why are you here? That is just the reality. I have dealt with it my whole life.
Yeah.
And people, why are you here? And you need to know that you are not supposed to be here and that we are granting you access to
and
this
if
space.
you are here, there's a certain way you're expected to act.
And it's grateful.
And I think about my girl Angel Reese. Do you know who Angel Reese is? I know you're not. I don't know how much you are into sports.
I don't care about sports at all, but hell yeah, I know this Angel Reese thing.
Angel Reese is an amazing athlete. And I think that there's a certain demographic of people that hate that she is a confident Black woman who just slays at everything that she does. And that she's not just confident, she's cocky with the shit, which I personally love.
Okay, but she's cocky with it in the same way that I think every single sports player is cocky.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And she's not doing anything different.
It's not different.
She's not doing anything different than any other male athlete is doing.
Or any
other, like, white female athlete is doing. She's not doing anything different. Is that she is a Black woman that is dominating and is not portraying as this, I'm just so humble and like, oh no, I'm not a superstar. I'm just Angel. I'm just a whatever. No.
And even if she were like that, they would still need to humble her.
Even more.
They would need to humble her and they would feel entitled to it. Because when you are humble yourself, they're like, ha! Right?
Yeah. It's like, no, you don't get to humble yourself. We have to
do it.
We have to do it for you. Because, like, I feel like Beyonce is a very humble person. She's not, I mean, in, like, one-on-one, not, like, musically, not, like, the lyrics and stuff like that. No. But, like, but they still feel like, no, we have to humble her. Angel Reese is very loud and, like, very dominant and very, like, yes, I went to the Met Gala on my birthday and then flew the next day and then killed New York in their game, like, whatever. And, like, she's like, yeah, this is what I do, whatever.
It's not about her talking. The talking is only exacerbating the upset from her doing. That's really what it is. Because if you do it and you keep quiet about it, they still hate it.
Yeah. So it's like, you might as well be loud.
You might as well be cocky about it.
You might as well talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
That's the moral of
that is.
That's what it really is.
I'm feeling like, because like I also just left like a work situation where I was having to constantly be humble. They constantly had to tell me, even though I was the only writer on the team, I was being told, well, we're all good writers. And it's like, that's great. But I was hired to be the writer, right? They had to constantly tell me all the time that I wasn't good enough. And I was like, where is this coming from? It's not the first time this has happened to me. What I think my thing is, yes, okay, for the Black girls, yes, this is triggering you. But it's also for the non-Black women that are seeing this happening and wondering why the reaction is so extreme. you need to look inside yourself. What is it about Black women doing things and doing things right? Because like my bullying thing at my old job happened after I got this big interview. Mm-hmm. So I did a big interview with Serena Williams. It did really well. That's when things got really bad. There's something about a Black woman accomplishing something that activates an anger in a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think people need to search within themselves, and other Black women need to search within ourselves and see, do we have that same thing? When we see a Black woman accomplishing something or in a space with us, are we also feeling that? What are we being told? What narrative are we constantly being fed that makes us more inclined to humble Black women? What's going on there? What's going on? Let's do some work. Let's do some internal work. And I say that to everybody, but I also say specifically to Miranda. What's going on? Let's do some work inside ourselves.
Yeah.
And figure out, what is this inclination to constantly say that you don't know about this Black woman? Like, let's look outside of your relationship just for a second.
Yeah.
Just look outside of it for a second.
What are you getting out of it?
What are you, or not even what are you getting out of it? What is this impulse? Where does this come from? Who taught you? Who taught you that you constantly need to tell everybody? To remind everybody that you never saw the Cheetah Girls. What is that? What is that? Like, there's something, that's what y'all are responding to. But I will say to the internet horde, that is what you're responding to. You don't give a goddamn, you ain't in this marriage. Y'all don't give a shit about this marriage. What you care about is that this Black woman who is very important to Black women.
Very important.
Very important to Black women.
Because we didn't have, as kids,
we didn't have anybody. Who do we have? Her? Kiki?
We had Kiki. Actually, wait. I'm going to take that back.
Who?
I'm going to take it back.
Okay. Who?
I'm talking about, like, when we were growing up.
Yes.
I feel, though, like, when we were growing up.
We had more than they have now.
We had more than they have now. Nickelodeon was Black as hell.
That's right.
When we were growing up.
But so who were the Black girls?
We just didn't know their names.
So then they weren't, you can't be a cultural touchstone icon if no one knows your name.
That is true.
Raven's name was on the show.
She was on the show. But that was the first Black-ish, I don't even know.
I remember hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Considering herself Black back then.
She was from all the continents back then, but that's fine. We knew she was Black. She was Black.
A total continental person.
But we knew she was Black. She was Black. She was black. You know what I mean?
She's been Black since the Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show, hanging with Mr. Cooper. All of that. We watched that, and we had only that. She was our representation for women of a certain.
And I feel some type of way about Disney. Like, what are they doing? They, like, are inducting, like, what? Miley Cyrus, her Hannah Montana character or something. They're doing something special for that. Let me Google it. We can cut this part.
They're doing something.
Because,
what do you mean?
I'm going to tell you. Hold on. Because I want to make sure I, like.
Because they did reboot Raven. That's So Raven. Raven's Home. I'm not watching. I'm sorry.
They are, okay. They are, I want to make sure I get it right. Miley Cyrus has been announced as a Disney legend status, and it's basically Miley Cyrus is being inducted to, like, the Disney Hall of Fame.
Whatever, it's fine, because that show made a lot of money for Disney. So did That's So Raven. That's So Raven built the Disney Channel.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Is that, like, there would be no Hannah Montana
without
Raven-Symoné.
100%.
And That's So Raven.
100%.
So it's like, great, yes, Miley Cyrus and, like, Hannah Montana and that brand, yes. That was amazing.
But there ain't no way they giving that shit to Raven-Symoné.
Jumping over Raven-Symoné to, like.
There's no way they're giving the first one, the big one to Raven-Symoné.
Yeah, but it's just like.
That's what it is. And that's why, exactly, and that's why it might not be necessary for you to humble her or to constantly point out that you don't know the things that she's in. I get that the white wife doesn't understand why that is so triggering to the Black audience that has loved Raven-Symoné since they were able to be conscious.
Yeah.
Like, since they formed consciousness.
It part of it makes me sad for. I don't know.
For what?
For Raven a little bit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sure they're in love, and maybe this is
Yeah.
all just for, like, content.
Yeah.
Or, like, whatever, but, like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know their relationship.
You don't know their relationship?
And I don't care to know.
And she seems fine.
She seems fine and happy with it. She
Yeah.
keeps bringing her around, but it's like, dang, can we just see I just want to see a black queer person just
celebrated.
Be celebrated and
for
be
all the things that
loved.
she did and
Yes.
sacrificed. She sacrificed her entire childhood.
Yes, and all that she meant to us.
Yeah.
You know, and like that was the first black girl that I saw on Disney that I can
That's
remember.
right.
You know, yeah, Nickelodeon was black as hell. But like
who were the
we
top?
don't-
You know, we had Moesha and then Raven. That was
we
it.
had Moesha,
We had-
Raven. At least for like black women, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. Like young black girls.
Yeah.
Growing up. Who did we have? We had Moesha, Raven, and then a bunch of side characters.
Yeah,
you know what I
a
mean?
bunch
We
of
were always the
side-
best friend.
Yeah.
But to see us being the primary focus of something was incredible for
Yeah.
us. And I don't think her wife understands that. And I think that is
Yeah.
one of those things that happens in an interracial
And honestly,
relationship.
I don't even know if Raven understands.
I don't think Raven understands
because
that.
I don't.
Because
I
she
don't
wouldn't let her
think-
wife, she would be like, chill on that.
Yeah, and in a way, like I don't think Raven knows like how much like her and what she did for Disney is like appreciated in our community. I don't think because otherwise I don't think she would. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you keep bringing and allowing your wife to
To
keep undercut you?
Yes, even for her sake.
Even for her sake, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
for her sake, be like, listen, honey, it's cute when we do it alone.
Yeah.
Because I also think there's something to the fact that Raven-Symoné is famous and has always been famous.
Yeah.
And the idea of someone not seeing her as famous is probably actually really special for
Yeah.
her. I can see that.
Keep that shit at home.
Exactly. But if she understood culturally
Yeah.
why that was disrespectful, she'd be like, listen, that's jokes that we do at home. When we're on the podcast, smile, nod, laugh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or wait in the car.
Or wait in the car.
You know?
Wait in the car.
Because you are not about to keep undercutting our Disney queen.
That's really what it is.
You know, like,
Yes.
and don't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, you talked about, like, black women, feeling like they have to be humble, but, like, I would like to see us, like own up our shit and,
Yeah.
like, feel ourselves some shit. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
we do be feeling ourselves, but that's because we have to.
Yeah, I know, and I want to see her do that and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, bitch, I am the queen of Disney. Like, that's what I do.
Yeah.
You don't know that I did all this
did
shit?
that.
I'm sorry for you.
I
You
did
should-
that.
You
I
should
was
Google it. when I
very
get home.
important to, like, every black girl
Yeah.
growing up with the TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see why you say
I'd be
you
like,
feel
bitch,
bad for her.
I got enough money to pay for Disney Plus. I'll
That's
make sure
right.
you watch
I'm
when you
paying
get
the
home.
bills in here off of That's So Raven. You
Yes.
should watch some reruns.
Yes. Exactly.
Like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
absolutely.
you know that nice car that we got Shortfoot in?
That's me.
That's me.
I made that.
I did that shit.
I did that
Yeah.
doing this. That's how I got that. Okay? So you should catch up.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to see that. I love to see black women talk shit about, like,
How great they are.
How great they are.
Yes.
Like, yes. Like,
But even more than that, I like that. That's great. I prefer when other people celebrate black women.
yeah.
I love to see a black woman being celebrated and then appreciating being celebrated.
Because that's a very,
That's
like,
extremely rare.
it's very rare for, like, women in general, black women especially,
Black
to
women
be,
especially.
I think we need to learn how to be celebrated too, because a lot of times, like, someone could be telling you, like, oh my God, Sharia, you're amazing, you're so funny, you're so
Like,
charismatic.
stop it, my skin is burning.
Exactly.
Stop it, I'm garbage.
Or, like, someone
Yeah.
someone compliments you and you're like, no, like, oh, you think I look good? Like, look at my fupa right here.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we need to, like, learn how to, like, when someone is celebrating you, like, you need to, like,
Accept it.
accept it and sit in it.
Here's the thing, though. Sometimes you accept being celebrated and somebody will come out the woodwork and be like, you garbage, right? Like, somebody
And
has
you tell
to do
that
it.
person.
Yeah.
Suck
Or ask that person why they felt compelled to do so. Because that's what we watched happen with Raven. Mm-hmm. We watched a black girl celebrate another black girl, and a white woman, I know she's your wife, but like a white woman who we don't know, jump in and go, I don't know that. Mm-hmm. So it's obviously not that important.
Yeah.
There's an inclination to constantly undercut.
And I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
Like, we keep saying the white, someone white. It ain't always.
It's not always white.
It's
white.
not
no,
always.
No.
It's not always white.
It's definitely.
I would say, for me personally, there is a reason why, like, you know, I like to. I'm not a big fan of the whole BIPOC, like.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But everybody ain't an ally.
Everybody is not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I have also seen where, like, it is also, like, you know, some other, like, women of color, when, like, a black woman is being celebrated, or like there are, you know, there's.
I'll do you one better.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's black people doing that.
It's black people
because we are all taking in the same information about blackness and about black women, which is that we are unworthy of love and celebration.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with like me with this is all right, the government. This is me with the government. See, Joe Biden sent that white woman, to Raven Baxter's home. No. No. But there is something about not seeing black women celebrated and loved and appreciated and seen as full humans in our media, in our discourse, in anything.
Yeah.
And then how we internalize that and treat the black women in reality. Mm-hmm. I really believe there is something to that, because why is it that it's not just white people, it's not just other people of color, it's not just black men, it's everybody.
Yeah.
Other black women try to destroy and sabotage and undercut black women all the time. Bell Hooks wrote about it, and I kind of read it.
Kim did a little.
She wrote about it in I think it's Salvation. Mm-hmm. She talks about the love between black women being something that is so hard for us, because there's a certain viciousness inherent in the. That's why I keep pulling off your wig. No, I'm kidding. But there's an inherent viciousness that we're taught to treat each other with.
No, I get it. Like, some of my most toxic work experience was me working under two black women. And it was the most traumatizing experience.
I mean, I've had worse, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about, like, work.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And so that was, like, I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I get to work under two black women. Like, this is going to be great. And I have never felt more incompetent. I was never more cut down. Yeah. I've never like had someone like intentionally try to like bring me down and find ways again to humble me.
Yes.
And it was really sad, and I didn't understand it. Yeah. And I still don't understand it. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the most heartbreaking. Like, I too have had that experience, but in although maybe the circumstances weren't as bad, it hurts worse, because why? But why? Brother, like, why?
Like, that is when I learned, like, you know, all skin folk and kinfolk. All
skin folk and kinfolk, but also there's a special kind of viciousness between black women, because you weren't celebrated. Mm-hmm. You weren't told that you were good enough. So you can't let this black girl go through this office and have a different experience. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's something to that. Somebody smarter than me has probably written about it, and I will skim it. But there's something about that, because we do not see that portrayed, the love and the friendship and the support between black women be uplifting one another. I think that's how it has to start. Mm-hmm. It has to start with black women uplifting one another, except for that bitch at the store. No, I'm kidding.
But no.
Yes, it has to start with black women uplifting one another, and then other people can see what is possible.
Yeah.
So I did. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Like that. It's so heartbreaking when that happens.
It hurt. It almost felt like I don't know. Like because they were older.
They're always older.
They're always older. It's something about an older black woman seeing a cute little sexy little black professional. I'm just trying.
What's wrong, Melba?
You know.
Aibileen, why are you hating?
Miss Maddie. Why are you coming at me like that?
Yeah.
And it would be about like some just unnecessary things.
Yep.
And like it was almost like, why are they being picked on by these like older women that I actually looked up to?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
You know, it's like
you go into this situation, you're like, oh wow, thank God.
Yes.
Oh wow, look at us, black lady courtroom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's right. And then it's like, wait, what? This is worse than a white man.
Yeah.
And then when the white man above you treats you right, you're like, that hurts even worse.
I'm so confused.
Damn, bitch.
I'm so who can like. I just gotta work for myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Hand them salvation and just, you know what, leave a little like sticky note where the chapter is. They're not reading all that.
It's hard and it's sad, and I would love to see like more of like black women celebrating other black women, you know, and just like really building our own community and like lifting ourselves up so other people can see us.
And a non-toxic one, not like the Girlfriends ladies.
Is that a Girlfriends lady?
You never watched Girlfriends?
Yeah, they were problematic.
They were terrible to each other. They were awful to one another.
That is a terrible friend. I've watched
group.
every episode of Girlfriends a million times. I wanted my life to be like Girlfriends. I did. I just wanted friends.
wanted their money.
I wanted something popped up again. The government.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up.
Okay.
We got kind of deep. We got kind of deep. We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
But we got kind of deep. But yes, ultimately, Raven, buy your wife a copy of Bell Hook Salvation, and
make her read it.
Make her read it, and then do the
car
podcast
while you're on your podcast.
That's right.
Like, send her to the library during children's hour and make her read Salvation.
And you sing fucking I Don't Want to Be No Cinderella by yourself. There's just, you know, so that we can eat. There's a cultural iconography, a part of it. But also, leave them women alone. Leave them lesbians alone. They're fine. This ain't got nothing to do with you, sis. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is deeper than that. It's a projection.
It's deep. We just want to see you loved and celebrated for all that you have done for us.
Because you deserve it and we deserve it.
Yeah. We don't want to see nobody like belittle your accomplishments and all you have done.
Yeah, we don't want
us black millennial women.
Yes. We don't want you waiting in no dark, cold, dusty cellar
waiting for somebody
to come and set you free. Don't want to be no. I'm on dragons. I can dream my own dreams. Okay, all right. This has been an episode of the Strapdown. My name is Sharia Mattis.
I'm Aria Young.
Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, or you are a racist. And stay strapped. Okay, bye. Okay.